Yeah, well, my name's Robert Perry, and I live in the West Midlands. I was born and brought up in the Black Country, and with its culture of hard work and engineering and innovation, and so that's kind of...
And you've been coming here for, well, about 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, more than that. I mean, I started coming here on holiday as a child with my parents in the mountain.
When I met you, though, about 4 years ago, you visited the gallery.
4 years ago.
And you're a painter.
That's right, yes.
You do lots and lots of painting. One of the most energetic and productive painters I know, I think. Yeah. And successfully sell your work too. Could you tell us a little bit about your work and what you specialise in? And
well, I'm definitely a landscape painter. Well, I have done portraits in the past, but I call my method direct response, and that's my whole attitude to life. When I meet people, I respond directly to them. I don't listen to what people say about he's nice or he's nasty. Yeah. I'm a direct responsist, if that's a phrase that's applicable. But one of the things which is particular about my work is the mobile studio that I've put together. This enables me to travel all over Europe. And so I've worked in the Alps, I've worked in the Pyrenees, I've worked in Scotland, Wales, Spain, always working direct. So this enables me to take all my equipment with me, all the spare paints, all the boards to paint on, and
you've got this amazing rig that fits on top of your van.
Well, the van itself has got quite a few features that I've built onto it. There's a platform on the top with a collapsible easel, so that I can get up on the top and just pop the easel up immediately, and I'm all ready to work. This enables me, of course, to work in awkward places like in city centres, in Rouen or wherever. I just put my van in a parking spot, put the money in the meter, then up onto the roof.
You get onto the roof.
So, you know, I've done
I'd love to come across you doing that.
And yes, there's a large unit which fits on the side, which enables me to transport 8 foot by 4 foot boards, and that will actually act as an easel on its own if necessary.
Yes, you're working on the side of the van.
Yes, yes. It all closes up so that the work, when it's finished, is protected while I'm travelling. And
so you do that sort of work, and I know you've got 2 strings to your bow. Really, you've got. You do a lot of landscape painting, and you travel around, as you say, doing it. But you've also got a great interest in war painting.
Yes.
Because of your leanings towards pacifism.
Yes. Yes.
Tell us a bit about that.
Well, when I was a small boy, I lived with my grandparents for the first 5 years of my life, and my grandparents, of course, were of that generation that lived through that terrible event of the First World War. And on the wall of her house there was a painting, a beautiful painting which I still have, a seascape that was painted by her cousin. He was 16 years old when he did this painting, and then he was killed at the Battle of the Somme when he was 19. So my grandmother was always talking about Cousin Billy and what a good artist he was. So it was imprinted on my mind from a very early age of what the tragedy of this great war was. And you know, in my teens I became very interested in reading up about it, and then eventually, when the opportunity arose, I started to actually travel along the Western Front in my mobile studio and working on site in the Somme, in the trenches. I sometimes call myself a visual archaeologist. I don't try to reimagine events that took place.
No.
I just go...
Record it.
Yeah, and I try to pick up what I call echoes through time.
Yes.
I don't sort of actually see ghosts, but you kind of feel some kind of echoes that come down through time of the terrible events that took place here. And
incredible. A kind of poignancy connected with them.
Yes. I mean,
I've seen some of your drawings. You've done drawings of the tunnels.
Oh yes.
gone down under the tunnels
yes,
and
yes.
drawn those. They
Well,
must be weird places now.
Yes, of course. Because I've been going over so long, and also meeting quite a few of the locals. You know, they've taken me to places which are quite obscure, not very often visited by archaeologists or certainly by tourists. And so, armed with my lamp and my paraffin lamp, a helmet lamp, I sometimes explore some of these tunnel systems. Pretending, of course, that I can't understand the French notice, which says, you know, military terrain, no admittance.
No admittance.
But again, it's a very uncanny feeling to be down in these tunnels where such terrible events took place. All those poor lads sitting there, you know, hoping that the next shell wouldn't actually penetrate deep enough to collapse the tunnels.
God.
I mean, so many of them were actually buried alive in these underground tunnels. Just the awful deaths. Precious humans are very ingenious.
And the terrible death caused by the blowing of the mines up underneath soldiers. They've made lakes and ponds, haven't they, all over France?
Yes.
It still exists because of these ponds.
Yes.
Anyway, that's great to hear about your work, and also you've got a very exhaustive website. Could you tell us what it is?
Yes, the website is Robert Perry. robertperry-artist.co.uk.
Right.
And I'm making it into quite a big document, in fact, with all there are various sections. There's a newsletter blog where I report recent expeditions that I've made, for instance, to Oradour-sur-Glane, which was a village that was massacred by the SS.
I know Oradour-sur-Glane.
And
a couple of times.
But, you know, I'm a great believer in looking back and trying to share experiences. To me, art is a way of communicating through time. When you listen to a piece of Mozart music, he's still talking to you, although he's been dead for 200 and odd years. So when I go to these places, I sort of pick up these echoes. But I'm a great admirer of the Barbizon painters.
Oh yes.
So I did one expedition to the forests of Fontainebleau, working not in their style, but just trying to...
They were the symbolists, weren't they?
Yes. Well, they were early painters, forerunners of the Impressionists, who were very keen on working on site, you know, en plein air, as they call it.
Corot, people like that?
Yes, Corot particularly, Daubigny and a number of them. So I worked just to try and pick up the ambience, or again, to pick up these echoes through time, that these painters had lived here and worked here, and now here I am, interpreting it in my own way, not imitating their style, just trying to use the same stimulus, which...
and your website is full of
things like
references
that, yes,
like
references
this.
like that.
Well, thank you very much, Robert. It's nice to see you again. You keep turning up at the gallery, and this is it's been a year, I think, since you were here last.
Yes.
So glad to see you again.